I just have one announcement to make. Every 2 months, I have to get this eye procedure done, and it's tomorrow, Monday. And so it's impossible for me to have class when they do this, but it also makes it possible for me to have class. So there won't be a class tomorrow evening, um, because I have to have this procedure done. Does anyone have a question they would like to ask?
Stuart, I have a question. It's Tom.
Yes, Tom?
Um, I had to update my Zoom before I could get on tonight, and your voice seems softer than usual, and my hearing is not good, but I'm going to try anyway, um, and ask my question. Um, how
What's
how can we work through that personal aesthetic that wants to jump to inflict itself on people and situations when it's largely unconscious? Both times I fell and seriously injured myself, it rose up and I felt irritation and I wanted to like bite somebody and I fell at that moment. It's a serious problem.
uh, if you make it a problem, but if you develop an inner life that is connected to a higher energy, the things that people do are not going to bother you. You understand? You're not going to be here to perfect the way other people live. This is an impossible task. And there's always going to be things that come along that are going to be offensive to us. I mean, I had it happen yesterday. I got an email yesterday. It was enough to choke you to death, you know? And not anything personal about me, but about things that are going on in terms of Rudy's work and people doing and what am I going to do? You know, uh, the answer to me came to this whole situation. It came instead of getting upset and annoyed. The answer came to me years ago that if you want to go on with your life, Stuart, first of all, you have to start getting annoyed at other people's bullshit. Secondly, you have to forgive people, not for them. You don't have to hang out with them anymore. You don't have to interact with them anymore. But you've got to forgive people their indiscretions because you have to go on with your own life. And that requires a very strong chakra system and a very strong inner life, to look out at all the stupid things that people do and the trespassing they do and their opinions and what they think is right or wrong about, your own life, and to say, well, screw it. I need to grow. I need to go past this. I can't allow these things to annoy me and to take my energy away from me. I also am not God. I can't sit in judgment of other people's indiscretions. Otherwise, you'll spend your whole life sitting in judgment because those indiscretions are not going to stop. They'll stop with one person and they'll come with three other people. So you have to have the strength inside yourself to be able to forgive and to understand that your spiritual life, your inner life, your well being, your peace of mind, it's not worth other people's bullshit. And it goes on in the world. I mean, just read all this political stuff that's going on today. I mean, it's just crazy. If you don't have strong inner life, it could really consume you. It could take your whole life away. So what I'm suggesting is don't get upset, don't judge. If you find yourself, you know, being a judge of other people's indiscretion, just stop it. Say, I can't afford this in my life. I need to move on. I need to be strong enough inside. Let those people be your teacher. You're not strong enough inside yet. Get stronger. That's a really good way of approaching that. I haven't arrived yet. These people bother me. Why do they bother me? Generally, they bother us because they reflect something that we don't like about ourselves. That's why these people bother us. Once we get to where we can really like ourselves and truly appreciate our own self-worth as human beings, our connection with spirit, that inner peace that comes, these things don't bother you anymore. So if they do bother you, they're just telling you that you got to grow. So instead of getting upset at other people's nonsense, say thank you to them. Say thank you to them. You don't have to say it out loud, but in your heart, say, okay, these people are reminding me I haven't arrived yet. I still have work to do on me, which is okay. That's all right. That's a very good way of looking at life, I think. Because then you're going to turn the other cheek. You're going to love your enemies. You're going to, all the stuff they talk about and all the scriptures that have come down for thousands. You get capable of doing it. Simply because you have that capacity in yourself to truly transcend it and stay above it, not allow it to get to you. And if it does, you say, okay, I got to grow. I have work to do on me. Because none of us are going to change this world. None of us. Nobody's going to change it. I mean, you listen to all this crap, what they're going to, every time there's an election, all this stuff they're going to do for everybody comes out, which never gets done, you know. But it's always an election time, how they're going to save the world. And it's all bullshit. So instead of getting all, up and having all upheaval and saying, okay, this is what goes on. This is the Maya, the illusion. I need to get stronger because I have learned how to work on me. And if you don't want to do that, then just accept that you're going to spend the rest of your life criticizing the world because it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. The only way it goes away is you get strong enough to where it doesn't affect you. So that's what I recommend in dealing with that kind of stuff.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. And don't live with expectations, son. I really mean it. Expectations are the eighth deadly sin. You have expectations about the way people are supposed to function, and nobody does. Nobody does. And then you go around being crazy because nobody fits into your expectations about the way the world is supposed to be. The world is what it is. Just what it is, for God's sake. And you can either enjoy it or you get crazy trying to fix it where you can't fix it. You can fix yourself. And if you fix yourself, you'll get strong enough to enjoy the things that drive most people crazy. I mean, I've had, like this stuff that happened yesterday. I've had the people that were talking, I've had really horrible things happen to me with the people that, this kind of stuff. And, I went to Rudy, I went to Nityananda, I went to Ramana Maharshi, I went to Sarada Devi, I went to Ramakrishna. I went to every teacher I knew in the cosmos, the Buddha, Christ, everyone, And the answer I got from everyone is forgive them. They know not what they do. You have to move on in your life. And I'm talking some pretty horrible things people were trying to do to me. And the answer was forgive them. You don't have to hang out with them. You don't have to be friends with them. But for your own well being and your own peace of mind, forgive them. They know not what they do. And it lets you move on in life. And you're not alone, Tom. Everybody has this stuff. Everybody. We all are confronted with the imperfections of life. And we think life is supposed to be a certain way, and life is what it is. It just is what it is. I can't remember it being any different in my lifetime. It is what it is. And when I was a kid, I had all these ideas in my brain of what the way I thought the world should be. And of course, it never worked that way. I had to learn how to fix Stuart. And hopefully I can pass on to you all, this thing that I've learned in my life. People who are here to learn how to fix themselves. You fix yourself, you fix the entire world. Because you begin to see the world differently. It is no longer an enemy, it's a teacher. And you bow to your teacher, you bow to life. You have respect for life. It's sacred. It's a manifestation of higher energy.
I was able to hear you, Stuart. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question? I mean, look, I was born during World War II. The world couldn't have gotten more crazy than World War II. We're living in a complete insane asylum. And yet today it feels like it's crazier than it was, you know, in the 1940s during World War II. But it's not, you know, the same different manifestation of the exact same thing. Does anyone else have a question they would like? The wonderful thing, just to finish this up, is that we can fix ourselves. We can learn how to live with an open heart. We can learn how to balance ourselves inside. We can learn how to live with a quiet mind. We can learn how to stop being judgmental. We can learn to let the world be and to let it be a teacher showing us our own imperfections. And we need to be grateful for whatever shows us our own imperfections, because that's when we work on ourselves. Does anyone else have a question? So there won't be a meditation tomorrow? but there will be one on Wednesday. And I'd like to thank you all. God bless you all. You know, I always kid around, every month I send out my virtual begging bowl, and people are very kind and contribute, and they really help to pay the rent and to, take care of the basics of life. And I truly am grateful to all of you that, contribute, that really help me out, take care of those things. As I say, I have a virtual begging bowl, online begging bowl. And I think it's kind of wonderful that people understand how, to contribute something, to give a little something, to help out, so that these classes can truly continue and I can take care of, just basic things in life. So thank you. And God bless you for being here. God bless you for being in my life. And as I say all the time, God bless you all for being my teacher, demanding of me, to go deep enough in myself, to have these classes and to tap this kind of energy. So thank you all, and God bless you all. And there'll be a class on Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
Welcome.
Hey.
Thank you,
Good
Stuart.
night.
Thank you.